Yes. He did. He sat there for a good hour telling me the whole story, the saloon and the guys coming in with the guns. And
but they were all under the age of 10.
Hon, listen to your uncle tell the story.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Tell us.
We're gonna get along great.
Tell the story then.
Tell the story. Where was he born?
Who?
Grandpa.
He was born in a little town called, it was in Alabama, to a Indian princess by the name of Talitha Cumai Moss Thomas.
Right.
That's
don't ask me. Don't ask me how to spell it.
It was an Indian princess. That's right.
Yeah, you were right.
I don't know how to spell it.
Fascinating.
It is.
And his dad was Calvin Andrew Thomas.
Calvin Andrew. Oh, my father's middle name. Robert Andrew.
That's why, Andrew.
Yeah. And at the age of 9, supposedly Grandpa Calvin picked up the Indian princess, the three, there was Faye, and I don't remember the name of my other aunt that lived in Washington
State, D.C.
In the Washington State. And, her husband was a logger, and he owned, supposedly he owned 3 or 4 mills.
Wow.
Up in,
been very rich.
He was a very
rich,
very big entrepreneur deal, and I don't remember her name because it's been a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the E in our name is just E only, because Dad didn't know what E was for.
Now, see, I knew that. Yeah.
Well, that's why.
It's just an E.
So I couldn't be. So I couldn't be anything but Jesse E. Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And for the first 9 years, I was called Junior.
He thought that was his name. Junior.
Yep.
And I didn't know I had a middle name until my mother, which happened to be my school teacher.
Yeah, his mother told him, you know, that
she says,
some story.
let's get this straight right now.
Yeah.
She says, you're going to be called Jesse. I said, what? I said,
my name's Junior.
I'm Junior.
I always knew he's Uncle Junior.
She says, you're going to be called Jess. I said, well, okay. She says, well, you are Jesse E. Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And she just laughed a big stick, man. She was so tickled to death. And,
no, we had a late breakfast.
but then, when they packed up the tribe in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know where in Alabama, huh?
Huh?
You don't know where in Alabama?
No.
No.
Because, well, the only thing I've got the deal on Alabama is that when Sherman come down and cleaned out the South, he burnt every schoolhouse, every store in Alabama. Okay? And Dad says our records are in smoke someplace.
That's the sad thing about all that. You know.
But you know what's so ironic about it is that we raised a young girl. I got her even before I married my husband. Her name is Katie.
Mm-hmm.
She's raised her family now, married, raised her family in Florence, Alabama.
Oh, right.
And she's like daughter number 1.
How
experimental.
did you come to raise her then? Was she?
But,
her family didn't want her.
My mother,
Yep.
my grandmother,
Terrible.
was, like I said, Talitha Cumai Moss.
Right.
And she was,
I would love her. I love her. I needed help.
well,
Had a lot of kids.
her and Calvin was, and my dad, and my Fern, and my other older sister. My dad was the young boy of the family.
Right.
So, as I know the story, Dad says to me, he says, well, you're going to have to learn to remember some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I said, well, I don't want to. I said, some of it's bad memories. He says, well, you're going to have to separate the good from the bad.
He was
Right.
right. He was right. Now, Jay, what about the trunk you're talking about?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm.
Do you
That's.
know anything
Story
about? Tell the
about-
story
That's-
about the trunk. They want to know.
The only thing I know about the trunk was that
'Cause I don't
my
know
dad
this.
and my uncle, Waldo
Yeah. Uncle Waldo Boyle.
Boyles,
Uncle Waldo Boyle.
those two found the trunk, and then Jesse James, he come looking for the trunk, and Dad had it in the barn, and they had a padlock on it that you couldn't. Well, you couldn't
Shoot
even
it.
shoot it open.
Yeah.
Wouldn't?
No,
Oh.
it was made so heavy that nothing would. And at that time, you didn't have a automatic
Plastique.
saw or anything like that. And they tried prying it open and everything else, and they couldn't do it. So Jesse come back up from. See, his headquarters, or whatever
Yeah.
you want to say, was in the
Ozark
Ozarks.
Mountains.
hideout.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the Ozarks, so we lived right at the start of the Ozarks in Illinois.
But that's where Papa was born, right? My dad.
That's where
Missouri.
Dad got the. He says my one leg is longer than the other one, and he says I got 2 mules that's got. Two legs are shorter than the other.
'Cause it's so hilly.
What's the deal? And he said, well, he said had to have to go around the hills to plow. We had to keep it level.
So what about the trunk? Did he take the trunk away with him?
Did Jesse James
Well,
take the
Jesse
trunk?
James opened it.
He
and-
did
Oh, he
open
got
it.
it open.
He opened it, but there wasn't nothing in it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, what disappointment! I thought it was gonna
damn.
be full of
I was
something.
ready for some
Yeah.
big deal. Thanks a lot.
So what was it? Padlock?
It
Well,
was-
he'd taken it, he'd stolen it from somebody else, I guess, Jesse James had, eh?
Yeah.
That's what he'd done. He thought something was in it with that sort of padlock on it.
Well, I knew that our family was connected somewhere, but
There you
for
go.
the life of me, I had no idea.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
So
know.
now you know there was nothing in the trunk.
Well, that's great.
I think
At
that's
least I know there was
hilarious.
nothing in
That's
it.
hilarious.
Well, that ain't the way I heard it, Donna.
Oh, no? What did he tell you?
But see, Dad was.
Listen a minute, Jess.
That's okay.
At that time, Dad thought that he was harboring a whole lot of money in that.
Yeah, I bet he did. So
Oh,
he
well.
didn't. Well, I guess he thought he'd look after the trunk, so when he came back, he'd give him a few dollars, I guess.
I don't know.
Anyway, Jay's heard something different. Tell us your
What did Grandpa
version.
tell you?
I know that the trunk came back to him years later.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Expand on
Now,
that.
was there something in it
Yeah,
years
well,
later?
Was there something
Years later,
in it?
there was something in it for him. It was especially for him.
Oh, let him
What
tell
was
it.
it?
Yeah, you tell it,
Tell
though.
it, God.
Well, and now that part of it I don't remember.
Oh,
Okay.
Will you knock him in the head?
I think it had something to do with a gun.
A lot of it.
I think it had something to do with a gun.
That's
Oh, there was a
that's
gun
all.
in it.
There was a gun in it.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
There was a gun in it.
There
Yeah.
was a gun in it, Jess.
And Grandpa told us that there was a
A murder.
There was a murder. Somebody insulted somebody's
Did-
wife or a woman, and somebody shot somebody as a result of it.
Yes.
The gun got put in the trunk and sent away. Yeah.
That's possible.
With
Yeah,
some
I don't know.
papers, too.
With some papers. Did you
Okay.
know about
Because,
that?
and some kind of jewel or some kind of a special thing
Wow.
that Grandpa Jess thought was very valuable to him as a kid. It meant a lot to him. And I guess he put it in the trunk or something, and for years it disappeared because somebody had it in the family, or somebody had it somewhere, and years later it came back to him.
Isn't that amazing?
And I'm not exactly sure what but I knew it had something to do with Jesse James. That's
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ham on.
Can I help you?
So now everything's
sure?
ready. I'm just going to bake it because you'll want an early dinner.
Oh God! You,
Oh,
do,
God. Thank
you know,
you.
don't go to a lot of
My-
fussy
It's not a
houses.
lot of trouble. It's
see,
very
my dad-
easy, believe me.
And
He's
Jesse
simple.
James was, he didn't know which, I mean, they were both real close to each other.
That's what I had thought. They were real close. Were they like, at one time, did your dad get adopted, or was he
no,
didn't?
see,
Daniel's family, huh?
Before he was, he lived in, my dad was, Calvin Andrew
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
was a multimillionaire,
Okay.
and he split his fortune up equally between the three children.
Okay.
He already had that taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they come back from Alabama, they got killed in a train car accident.
Oh my.
And at 9 years old, my dad was an orphan.
Right. Okay.
Right,
That's
right.
what I
Yes.
forgot. I didn't get that in the right order.
Yeah.
And so then we had some ill repute caretakers of Dad, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Vern and the girls went to St. Louis,
Right.
and Doskell, I don't know her first name,
Yeah.
I know her last name when she got married,
Doskell.
but Doskell went to Washington,
State?
That's how they got out there.
Washington State,
Washington
Yeah.
State.
where the Dad had said something about she married into a wealthy family,
Mm-hmm.
and that he was he made Dad's pittance. he was talking about Calvin.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Dad's
Pittance compared to.
because he was a multi-millionaire.
Right.
Lumber.
Yeah.
And
Lumber, isn't that funny? Lumber. Yeah.
it was
So somewhere along the line, I think the way I understood, this family sort of adopted him and took him under its wing or something.
Imes, I-J-A-M-E-S.
Yeah.
Chester Imes.
Yes.
Oh, I thought, how did the Daniels family come into it?
What?
Daniels? Was there a Daniels family?
Oh, that's Mama's side of the house.
Oh, that's Grandma. Because I couldn't figure out how the Daniels got in. That wasn't Grandpa's side. That was Grandma's side. Oh, okay.
That's where the blacks and the blacks and Meyers and
The Niemeyers, the Dreisbach.
and there was another one. Blacks and Meyers.
Well, there was a side. I spoke to Dorothy Scruggs on the phone.
Yeah.
I always call her
Now
Aunt
she
Dorothy.
can tell.
Aunt Dorothy.
She's got one of them.
Genealogy.
Yeah, she's got
Family tree.
She's got the whole damn tree.
Yeah.
She
Good.
does.
That's
yeah.
what we should
But
do.
We got a printout of it.
We do?
And yes, she sent my mom and dad one.
Oh,
and
yeah, I
as
don't
I
have
was
it.
reading it, there was a part of Grandma's family that settled in western Pennsylvania.
That's the Niemeyers and the
Dreisbach.
Dreisballs.
Yeah.
And, give that to
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
give that to a
Need
grade
got
school
fluid
kid.
in this country.
This guy
don't you?
spelled his mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
7 years old. Okay, Dreisball.